This is part 2 to breaking the game. The last video was mostly on Freddy and his friends, and as you can see in this background footage, of course, they are insane. But the map might show you how much more broken this game can be. In the old patch, you could just go straight to old ships during the showtime mission. However, in the new patch, they added a giant fuck-off wall. But they didn't take into account that there is a pinch spot over here at the shallow barrier. And honestly, it's just laughable that they go out of their way to stop you from going there normally, only to leave an area for you to just break into. And honestly, it's pretty half-assed. This red bin in the East Arcade allows you to click out of bounds. And you can see some pretty interesting shit. But you can also use this to get back into the Daycare or go to Monty's Golf early. This glass corner on the 3rd floor can be used as a pinch spot, so you can jump off the top floor without having to walk all the way down. You can also deload the map this way, and if you did the L chips trick I was just talking about, you can go over here to go back into the atrium. This barricade that blocks off Roxy Raceway in the showtime sequence is useless. You can get into Roxy Raceway early without Chico and Monty's upgrades by simply just doing these jumps in the background. But be careful, you can easily soft lock. No staff bots will be patrolling Roxy Raceway if you enter there early. However, if you grab the head, they will respawn, and so will Roxy. I highly recommend grabbing the head, however, as if you use the kill Roxy trick I'm about to show you, you'll get killed by Moon Man, which is not very good. Despite Steelwool's best efforts to try and block off people from getting on Roxy Raceway with ginormous invisible walls instead of just fixing the trigger, you can still very easily defeat them by just doing this little set of jumps here, which just makes the invisible wall team sad. If you do it correctly, you can get onto Roxy's racetrack and kill her early, as the trigger still exists on the track. But you can also use this to deload out of the map, or also soft lock. So yeah, do as you wish. Animatronics that are sunnable can be camera cancelled. Monty used to too, but they patched that, which makes sense, but Creeper Monty will be missed. Vanning on A poses upon spotting you in the new patch, which looks hilarious. And on top of this, if you go close enough or something like that, she'll just charge it. Alpha Monty jumps through the roof when he does his super jump, which is pretty funny. Freddy normally has an invisible wall when you go to get into him after he is lectured by Vanessa. But in the new patch, since I moved the Monty gate, you can jump on these railings and jump into the roof. This allows you to get past Freddy's invisible wall and the trigger that locks you in him. But you will have to reload the save in order to have proper access to it. Jumping on these rails deloads the map. Turning off voice volume does this. If you jump on here on the PS4 version and probably PC as well, it will actually last long enough for you to use Freddy to get past his little trigger, allowing you to use him in the first chase, and honestly, it's pretty cool. He also has unlimited battery. This little castle thing now has an invisible wall to stop players from getting down, which I don't really see a point why. Despite many fixes and even the removal of furniture, some can still get stuck while picking up. Despite removing all the furniture and of course not improving Mooman's pathing, because removing the furniture is easier, he still is very easily beatable by just knocking everything over. Even after Moon has been despawned by beating him in a daycare or despawning him in a nighttime sequence, his sound effects will still exist where he was last positioned. This wall in the utility tunnels on the top of the staircase has no collision, and you can easily jump into it. As soon as you press the switch, DJ Music Man just disappears. It's not a bug, but why? After pressing the first switch, you can easily get out of the bathrooms before Music Man spawns. On the PS4 and PC versions of the game, if you go into an area where the game would normally stutter, there is a little loading screen so the game can load, which I find pretty dumb as it just freezes the game with the little helpy gif in the corner. Despite an update, Vanny still barely exists in her quote-unquote boss battle. Despite being able to path you now, she basically just pushes you in the direction you're already going, so you can pretty much forget she exists. If he spawns, Minimonty can actually properly path to you now in the Vanny boss battle. Just like with Gigamonty, putting Freddy in the way of his Roxy Chica makes the Afton boss fight extremely easy. And that's about it. Pretty much next time we stream we'll probably go bug hunting again on the PS5 version more so, as that one's the hardest one to glitch. And I also wanted to say happy birthday to the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, my personal favourite. The amount of nostalgia that game gives me is mostly the reason why it's my favourite. Despite Security Breach being the most fun, it's a pretty terrible game compared to the old FNAF. And honestly, it just makes me sad to see how much potential this game could have. So yeah, happy birthday FNAF 1, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.